Should social media platforms censor hateful content? Consider this. In June 2019, comedian Steven Crowder, arguably the most successful conservative on YouTube, found himself at the center of controversy. Crowder had made a series of lengthy videos debunking self-described Marxist pig Carlos Maza of Vox. Maza is a former employee of Media Matters for America, a group that helps activists and journalists take direct action against conservative groups. For Maza, such direct action has included support for assaulting conservatives by pelting them with food. Maza has a YouTube show attacking conservative media and has called Fox News' biggest star Tucker Carlson a white supremacist. Maza excerpted less than 90 seconds of Crowder's rebuttals in which Crowder called Maza gay and Latino, which Maza often calls himself, and was a part of Crowder's regular shtick, affectionately nicknaming his own team Half-Asian Lawyer and Not Gay Jared.
Half-Asian Lawyer Bill Richmond! Half-Asian Lawyer Bill Richmond.
At Not Gay Jared.
Roger that. Quarter Black Goose here.
Maza called that minute-and-a-half harassment and asked his followers to mass report Crowder. YouTube responded that Crowder had not violated any of their policies. But after a media storm supporting Maza, YouTube chose to demonetize Crowder's channel. Why is it that those on the left can name-call and advocate physical assault, while Crowder's calling @gay wonk gay is harassment? And why can those on the left attack people for being white and male, while Crowder can't straightforwardly call someone gay and Latino? Because there is no objective definition of what is hateful or harassment, only subjective, potentially biased impulses. This incident is just a small part of mass pressure from left-wing journalists and activists. First, the left came for those most Americans rightly agree are reprehensible, white supremacists and conspiracy theorists, by writing article after article about the problem of online extremism. CNN reporter Oliver Darcy repeatedly wrote articles and tweets pressuring social media companies to ban the internet's largest conspiracy theorist, Alex Jones. Darcy won. The left also moved against right-wing nationalists disliked by much of the conservative movement, including Milo Yiannopoulos and Laura Loomer. They were purged from numerous platforms. But now, with many extremists banned, it's easier to go after mainstream conservatives like Crowder. To many who favor banning hate speech over protecting open discourse, it is not simply the fringes who need to be excised from society. Rather, mainstream conservative views are extremist and bigoted and need to be banned. Being pro-life is misogyny. Being pro-borders is white supremacy. Opposing diversity policies is racism. And a comedian calling a gay person gay is homophobic if he's conservative. It's not just Crowder, see PragerU. Many of their videos, including Are the Police Racist and Who's More Pro-Choice, Europe or America, have been placed in YouTube's restricted mode. YouTube has not openly admitted why those videos need restrictions. Or see Pinterest. Documents leaked to Project Veritas reveal that Pinterest put Live Action, a pro-life organization, on a block list, along with other Christian content and conservative news site PJ Media. And, like some others, they considered Ben Shapiro a white supremacist and member of the alt-right, even though Shapiro is Jewish and the Anti-Defamation League found him to be the largest online target of the alt-right. YouTube and Twitter then removed Project Veritas' news report, claiming it violated their guidelines because it revealed the personal information, i.e. the name, of the Pinterest employee who shadow banned conservatives. A double standard, as leak-based journalism appears frequently on those platforms without objection. The New York Times is pushing the assault on mainstream conservatives even further. Witness its front-page story with a lead image tying the alt-right to nonpartisan journalist Phil DeFranco, psychologist Jordan Peterson, Crowder Shapiro, and even famed economist Milton Friedman. The article blamed center-right commentators for leading a man to watch videos from extremists. The Times warned that he became a traditional conservative, dated an evangelical Christian woman, and debated his liberal friends. The man was supposedly saved by watching Marxist YouTubers. That article included an off-cited study by the left which ties center and center-right YouTubers such as Joe Rogan to the far right simply because they've spoken to people who have also spoken to extremists. Left-wing journalists have also repeatedly and absurdly tried to tie Jordan Peterson to the alt-right. This doesn't stop with social media. The far-right Proud Boys were forced to cease using Chase Bank. Milo Yiannopoulos was banned from PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, Coinbase, Eventbrite, MailChimp, and Wix. Laura Loomer also from GoFundMe, Uber, and Lyft. And now the left-wing activist group Color of Change is trying to pressure all financial services companies to stop doing business with white supremacists. If Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, and Jordan Peterson are white supremacists, who else may be? Mazza continues to push for Crowder to be fully banned from YouTube. So long as leftist activists and journalists continue to be loud and organizations are willing to listen, the left's march will continue. And with their willingness to defame moderates as radicals, plus the ever-shifting definition of what is considered hateful, they could succeed. The only sure way to prevent that is to protect open discourse and the free exchange of ideas, regardless of the content of those ideas. We must take it upon ourselves to call out and oppose bigots, authoritarians, and conspiracists. But we must equally oppose deplatforming on principle, regardless of who it is happening to. Those unwilling to join this fight may find themselves next on the left's list. I'm Jay Klein. If you liked this video, please help us share it and subscribe to our account. Thanks for watching.